Preparedness. It's what the Boy Scouts taught me, but it was untreated mania and anticipatory anxiety that instilled it deep into my bones. As deep as said mania and fear of the future. It's allowed me to podcast full time because I saved my money in a dragon-like fashion to the detriment to all my past relationships. It's kept me alive and away from suicide because no matter how sad I am, how will I be ready to go back home a success in my parents' eyes and not in an earned demise? And I'll always be prepared for a job interview, looking clean-shaved and well-sheared because my trichotillomania says to my idle hands, this hair's staying short one way or another. But what happens when even mania can't keep you prepared? What happens when your spouse and co-host thinks you have episodes banked when they, to your surprise, tell you they're going out of town for 6 days? Well, you over-prepare, overwrite, and over-conceptualize what is supposed to be a free-flowing conversational podcast sprinkled with improvised bits and storytelling because you're afraid people will shut it off if you're spewing stream of consciousness for an hour and 10 minutes, which could mean one thing and one thing only, that my name is James and only James, and this is Mostly Lovin' Lucha. Guys, like I said, my name is James and it's only James today. And also, like I said, Nicole's out of town. Oh no, I'm so sad. I actually am. Oh, Frank and I are not gonna have a good week because Nicole is gone for 6 days. Oh, we're on our own. That's what we're afraid of. We're alone and we're gonna cry so much. Can't think of a word that rhymes with of. Maybe I could have said scruff. We're alone and we're gonna be covered in scruff because Nicole is in charge of shaving us. Oh, got more rhymes all the time. Motherfuckers need to give me a dime because I'm gonna go broke if I keep doing this joke. Oh no, my financial situation's got me choked. I'm kidding, guys. I'm happy as ever can be. Oh, how could Jampy be sad? He's the fun-loving guy. Oh, is this what suicide looks like? Oh, that's what them posts on Facebook say. You can hear a smile in a voice, but you can't hear the depression deep down below that smile. Put a smile on your face and go into a place like a family event and show you're not well spent on depression and hard work. That's all pro bono, though. Oh no, I'm going to die. Someday over the rainbow. I'll find my friggin' pot of gold and stab a friggin' Lucky Charm guy and say, ha, I'm making away with your cereal. I don't care if it's just cereal, guys. Like I've said, I make like $20 a week, and if I have a pot that's just full of fresh cereal all the time, last time I checked, dem's calories and dem's edible. So Lucky Charms going in my mouth. That means I don't have to spend like $25 a week on groceries. Actually, it's less than that. It's probably like 17. All I've been eating lately is eggs. Eggs in a burrito. Ooh. And speaking of burritos, the show I watched today would probably say something racist about it. In hindsight, though, back in 2001, it was before 9/11. People didn't know racism existed, even though it was flourishing back then, just in the shadows. Unlike our friggin' president, once he came about, he's like, hey man, be openly racist, be openly sexist, neo-Nazis, and hey man, even, if neo is new, what would old be? Also, neo means you're gonna take the red pill or the blue pill, you're gonna go down the rabbit hole, hey! Okay, so Neo is I have my computer right next to me. Oh, that's a good thing. But guys, this isn't just going to be stream of consciousness. I want you guys to know that. We're just a few minutes in, but once I figure out this stream I'm on, hey guys, this isn't a lazy river. It's a goddamn manic rapid, and there's friggin' stones, but I'm going to help you traverse those stones to get to the gold. It's like Mario Party when you're playing it in the number 10 one, and it's so fun. You can be on a team for once, and then you don't have to be sad when either you win or Nicole wins because you guys won together. Arf, arf, arf. It's magic, you know, and them puppies is singing it so. Okay, let's find out. Oh wait, I don't have a thesaurus open. Thesaurus. Then search Neo. Okay, so it would be paleo. Okay, so, hey, neo-Nazis, you can be out in the open. Oh, and also paleo-Nazis. Yeah, paleo is the opposite of neo. So, paleo-Nazis, come out. You're not going to be convicted of war crimes from something you did in the 40s, is what our president would say. He'd say, oh, I'll put in a favor and make sure that if you take pictures with dead bodies of civilians from war, oh, that's not a war crime worthy of death. Hoo-hee-hee. And then he's gonna like drop a handkerchief on the ground and he's gonna say, let me bend down over and get it. And then, he's getting fucked, man. Raked over the goddamn coals. And speaking of coal, oh, Nicole, I miss her. And you guys are probably missing her right now and saying like, God fucking damn it. We only like Nicole on this show. That's what you guys need to start telling her. My self-confidence is large enough. AKA, I can lie convincingly to tell you guys my self-confidence is high enough for you to just tell Nicole you're what we love about mostly Speaking Sentai. And you can say that if it weren't for PJ and Dana, that episode 3 where Nicole wasn't on, it would have been a shit show. And you can also say like, hey, if it weren't for Melzer and Katie on like episode 4 of Mostly Lovin' Lucha, we would have unsubscribed, not only unsubscribed, but started subscribing James to like controversial magazines like Guns and Ammo or neo-Nazi newsletters. I don't know if they send things through print. 4 years ago, probably would have been illegal. Now, it's fine to send manifestos of hate crimes and race wars through the United Postal Service because our president's going to be like, well, they need the postage because the United States Postal Service, they're hemorrhaging money. We need to privatize that. And it's like, fuck off, you shitty-ass orange dick-having motherfucker. Yeah, guys, I'm getting political because political is analytical. Arf, arf, arf. Those don't rhyme. Someone might tell you, but it's just analytical and analytical. Political and nah. Oh, no, nah and puh. Okay, yeah, you could use it as a rhyme, guys. Beep, 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 beep. But, guys, done with stream of consciousness for a while. We are getting down to, let's get down to business. So, today will be segmented in a few things. First, my explanation of why this is happening. All of my friends joked. Jokes is in air quotes. They joked. If you've listened to This Movie's Gay, you know that you can hear a smile. Hey, guys, I'm smiling at you. I love you guys so much. You can hear this smile. It's on my face. I want to give it a taste. Yeah, my smile, that is. Ooh. And you knew part of that, I was just making like a sexual smirk into the microphone. But at the end, it lilted up into a smile. Oh, it was a pre-ripe banana, like it's almost there. And then it got into a ripe banana. It wilted up. And I think that's lilted up. I don't know, guys. But where was I? Burped I. Sorry. Oh, man. I don't know if I'm editing those. Oh, man. Oh no, if Nicole were burping this much, you'd be like, I'm ready to friggin' jack it because I learned that from James. I learned it from you, James. I learned it from you. then all of a sudden, if you're learning all the sexual stuff from me, you're going to be searching long P on Pornhub, because that's one of my recent searches. Let me know what you find. But all of my friends were joking, in air quotes, that no one wants to watch Los Luchadores with me, and that I should just finish it up myself. We have 2 more episodes left after today, just one more, this season finale. That's also in air quotes, because I'll get into it more later. And then on top of that, Nicole had told me that she was going on a, in quotes, ski trip. Nicole doesn't ski, except one time her grandmother, when they were going to go on a ski trip, said to her, oh, because of your back, Nicole, you probably shouldn't ski. And then I looked at Nicole and I thought, and I said this quietly so her grandmother couldn't hear while we were in the car. I said, you're going to ski, aren't you, just out of spite for your grandmother? And then Nicole laughed so hard, because even after under a year of dating, I completely knew her. Out of spite, she was going to ski and say, oh, I don't care if my back cracks in 2. I'm going ski to prove my grandmother wrong. That's a true story of my love with Nicole. We were just unripened bananas, and then we wilted into a smile. So, Nicole, I knew she was going on this ski trip, but she had never told me when until a week ago, when it's on the calendar. She's going many days, and she had one day off that we could have done, because the previous day off we recorded our other podcast, Secrecy, Nicolas Cage related. And I realized, hey, do you want to record either today or before you go on your trip? Because a train always, for some dumb reason, they don't have 2 trains going on the Pierre Marquette, whatever it's called, the Wolverine possibly. But I think the Wolverine goes to Ann Arbor, and I think the Ann Arbor Wolverines, we little Wolverines, shink, shink, I'm the best at what I do, bitch. But then he's not the best at what he does, because what he does is love Jean Grey, and he's not the best at that, I don't think. Unless it's in the movie, I don't think that's how Dark Phoenix goes, where he stabs her and says, I'll let you go free. But yeah, where was I? Jesus craminy, because I'm here to come to you with real things. This isn't just a stream of consciousness bullshit, even though up until now it has been. I'm a has-been, am I right? Oh, I'm a has-been horrorcore rapper that never was. Ooh, no one remembers my music. Arf. Okay, I think I had food poisoning from all the eggs I was eating. Maybe it was undercooked. Maybe it was overcooked. I don't know if you can get poisoned by something that's overcooked unless you eat in that charcoal shit. Arm scram nom. Charcoal is overdone earth. That's what it is, guys. It gets magma'd and then it becomes charcoal. It was remains of a dinosaur, even though it's not real. Okay, this is a real thing. People are like, oh, we have cars that are running on dinosaurs. No. A lot of oil is from where like swamps and marshlands and shit like that used to be. So like you can clearly tell environments have changed. So like in, the Middle East where there is a lot of oil, those areas used to, either when Pangea was there, whatever, was a lot of swampland. Science, guys. And then that organic material then turns into dinosaur fluids. Arf. Maybe it was Venus flytraps from back then, and maybe they were bigger. I once went to the National Museum of Science and Industry, and they had big old roly-polies. They were saying those roly-polies that were that big. If I lived back then, if all of a sudden I was there and I saw a roly-poly, it's like as big as, what's a pistachio ball. It's not that. It's a type of, it's like a workout ball. It would have been as big as that. Maybe a little bit big. You know those bouncy balls that you would get in a cage at Meijer? That's my department store. At a department store. The bigger ones, not the ones that were the size of dodgeballs, the slightly bigger ones. That's how big a roly-poly would have been. I would have just put a gun in my mouth and shot it. Lately, I would do that just by waking up, but I don't, because I'm afraid of not being a success and making my parents proud, and making you guys proud. So, the reason why I'm doing this, long story shorts, is No one wanted to do this, and it's on short notice, so I couldn't even get a Sean. I couldn't get a Melzer. I couldn't get a Jose. Whoa. If I can't get a Jose, there's something wrong. Also, Jose fucking hates this show. He thinks it's way too stereotypical and very racist, and I will respect my friends' decisions and respect my friends, not decisions, my friends' thoughts and feelings and not force them to do this. But you better believe when we do Bible Man, I don't care if he loves Christ or hates Christ, he's coming on that show. Maybe, I don't know. That's speaking a little too far in advance. But now let's get on to things that aren't stream of consciousness. I asked my friends on Twitter, my fans, people like C, people like Dequillium, people like It Takes Two to make a thing go right, but it takes two to Toku to make a thing go rice. And by rice, I mean ricin, and I think that's a poison. And oh, I wish my blood were full of it. Ha ha! I'm okay. I'm doing okay, guys. Maybe I'm just a good actor at making you think I'm doing okay. I don't know. You can hear this smile on my face. Oh, I wish Frank were in my arms to snuggle. And other people like that, Tito and Steve F. And those were the only... Okay, so I asked people last week, I think it was, hey guys, what are things you hate? And people come out in the fucking woodwork. Maybe that's what we need to do. We need to start talking about things we hate on this show, and people will be like, oh, I hate this too. I'm going to come listen, and oh, yes. Because when we talked about how much we loved Ninja Steel on God friggin' dang, one of my favorite, actually, I can say one of my favorite podcasts, because it's in the rotation. You got, on Mondays, you got Culture Kings, Maybe Don't, and How Did This Get Played? Then on Tuesday, you got friggin' Hollywood Handbook. Check out my podcast raps. You'll hear them on there. Then Hollywood Handbook, the pro version, and Who Charted on a nice little Wednesday. Then Thursday, ooh, baby. You got Never Not Funny and Hit It and Crit It. No, not Hit It and Crit It. You have Not Another D&D Podcast along with Doughboys. Then Friday, How Did This Get Made? And then over on Saturdays, Ranger Command Power Hour. When we were on that show and talking about how much we love Ninja Steel, not a goddamn single person came over to our podcast to listen. So maybe we should have just shit on Ninja Steel for a fucking hour and a half, and people would have been like, yeah, we love these guys. We love it when people hate, but that's not what I'm putting out in the world. I want to put out love because love is love. I think Hamilton said that. So I asked them a simple question, which our biggest fans responded to. Ask me a question about anything. It can be a relationship question, not a relationship podcast is what I was going to say. It could be a life question. If you need something settled with a roommate or a friend of yours, I'll be the one to lay the hammer down, the gauntlet, the gavel, and make the final decision. Or if you have a love question, you want to get sensual with someone? I'll help you out with that because I'm sensual as hell and I can help with that. I need to blow my nose real quick, but I'm going to edit that part out. Bitch, I'm back. Did you miss me? Is something I tell my family when I go back home and they look at me with a scowl. Ha ha. They don't miss me. I wonder if my brother does. But if he did, he would come to Chicago and give me a big ol' hug. I don't think my brother thinks of me any day, but you clearly know I do because I podcasted away and away. Okay, guys, I asked them questions, so let's get into the questions first. Tito at @Tito. You know Tito. Tito when the place say, hey. Tito, I want you to record what I just did. And if I don't get a video of you responding back, I left a little pause in there for you to go, hey, back. I'm going to be very upset. #Tito, Okay, Tito says, I just want to know why my girlfriend keeps posting cringe in real life. LOL. Tito, If your girlfriend is posting up cringe in real life, it means you're not dating a goyle. You're dating a friggin' gargoyle. And you need to get the heck out of there. I don't know too much about gargoyles, powers, or lore, but I know one thing and one thing only, and that is they have 4 real guns. Not laser beam cannons or phasers, as Trekkie B would say. They have cold steel that, with the help of sulfur, charcoal, and potassium nitrate, George jettison little metals into your friggin' flesh meat. So, be aware of anything posting, cringing it up like the rotten.com content creators they are, and pray for sunrise to turn them cold as stone before they shoot you into the cold as stone dirt. Hoo yeah. Guys, I don't know what posting cringe means. I guess it would like be posting cringy stuff, but in real life, or maybe they're like posting up just cringing at everything someone does, probably me. I would like to know, if you are in a relationship and you listen to this out loud, what does your spouse think? Let me know. Hashtag, it's a think tank for spouses, so anything rhyme with think that could be a spouse, but let's just do spouse tank. Hashtag spouse tank. Next up, we have Steve F, a.k.a. the Light Keeper Honor at Hit People Guy. Steve F, thank you so much for donating this week. Guys, follow at Hit People Guy. They got things coming down the pipeline, baby. At least that's what I think this question says. Arf, arf, arf. Steve F says, I have this life question that I need an answer to. I am a content creator and I've got what I think is a great idea for a batch of content, but I feel like when I bring it up to my friends, they razz me. Hey, Steve, you putting razz into your vocabs because of this scab? Oh, I'm a little scabby. I creep into your skin. I make you itch and you're never gonna go to that trailer again. There was a trailer in my town where all the truants would stay during school time. And I remember my friend who was a truant in middle school stayed there and then didn't come to school for like a week, which it was a little weird because they would usually stay until like lunchtime, then leave. And they said, hey man, everyone at that trailer got scabies. And I said, I'm pretty sure that's a thing that goes under my skin. So step away from me 2 feet. But hey, a scabie might be able to jump. Oh my God, guys. There is no rules, much like Air Bud, in the Olympic rule book that says a scabie can't jump. So some people say white men can't jump, but a scabie can be in the high jump. A scabie can be in the long jump. And if America realizes this and does a workaround at least for 1 year, we're going to get the gold in both jump events. There might even be more jump events. Holy crap. Let him slam dunk on some bitches. He might need some little juicy juice inside of him, if you know what I mean, Mr. Neil Armstrong, just to be able to lift the ball. He might need some help with that, but he can jump. Oh, he could jump up and spike one away. Holy shit, he could be a volleyball man. But let's get back to this question. But guys, Scabies 2020 in Tokyo. You know Wizard of Oz, baby? Or that Oreo song by Weird Al. Okay, but they razz me, and I'm sure it's good-natured, but part of me worries that they really don't like it and that no one else will like it. How do I shut up that part of my brain and make cool content that I enjoy and that others enjoy? Because I love making content for people, and the people who listen to my content love hearing it. Now, at first when Steve F said this, I thought he was relating it to myself, because I thought he was like doing an in-joke because on This Movie's Gay, I revealed that I'm working on something that my friends keep razzing me about, so I just had to say, you want to know what? I'm going to make it by myself. However, I think Steve F is actually wanting to make content, and I want him to make content, and when he does make content, you know I'm a repost, you know I'm a share, I'm a tell the friggin' scream it to the heavens of above. And tell everyone, go listen to Steve F stuff. So, Steve F, here is something I heard. I don't know if it was on a podcast. I don't know if it was real life. I don't know if it was on one of my podcasts. But when you are creating something, never tell anyone about it until you have either started making it, so it's like a draft is made up where you can actually get content. Don't tell people the idea, because no matter what, it's going to go poorly. Meaning, if you tell someone like, hey man, here's what I'm doing, if they react positively to it, they might react positively to one thing. I need to take a drink of water so I don't mess up a word like that. That was a real mess up, not on accident purpose. Wait. No, yeah, that was a real, it was not on accident purpose. You know when I accidentally make up a word and then it comes out, but it's actually on purpose. That was just on accident. Okay, let me get one more drink. Ooh, this pre-piss going in my bod. Okay, so if they act positively to something, they might focus in on one thing. And then you're like, oh, wait, I need to exploit that one thing. But if they react poorly to it, to any of it, you're going to focus on it, you're going to shut yourself down, and you're going to pretty much overthink this entire thing out of existence. Your will of it will diminish because you are overanalyzing the feedback that you're getting. So this is also me being sincere right now. This is something that I have worked on, of just like, make it something that if you were to post it, people would be able to take it in. So if you're working on a show, make the script up. And then if people are like, I don't think this should be made, you can at least post the script. If you're making a podcast, do a pilot of it. Do something so it is the form that it could be consumed as, instead of just an idea. Because an idea isn't going to get people interested enough for you to like make it, unless like you're really in TV, an idea, you could sell that to someone. But most of the time you're going to want an actual thing that someone could read, someone could listen to, someone could play, whatever it is. An idea is not something worth sharing. The content is. I hope that helps, Steve. I'm sorry that I drank water in between it. And I hope there was a through line. Bottom line, just make it, man. Making it and releasing it is the best thing to do. I also got that idea from an old teacher. I was like, I'm working on podcasts. This is when I was fresh out of high school. And I was like, hey, I'm working on this show, but I really like want to get it polished. And he just said, hey, man, release it. Working on it over and over again isn't going to get you anywhere. It's just pretty much going to make you go crazy, unless you're that dude who, this is my thing, unless you're that dude who did Somebody That I Used to Know. That song, he worked on that song over and over again. You got me going over and over again for like 6 years, and that helped out. But look at cases of like Chinese Democracy. Or Detox even, Dr. Dre's Detox. He was working on that forever, and I think it just, whatever was worked on, just got released in mixtape form, and then he just scrapped that entire thing and did Compton, which was just a mixtape pretty much, just polished a compilation album. So yeah, guys, don't overthink things, just put it out. Next, we have It Takes Two to Make a Thing Go Right, but actually at It Takes Two, number 2, to Toku. They say, I enjoy Morphin, while Steve prefers a good henshin. Which is the more sensible way to transform this relationship into the kick-ass crime-fighting duo we were meant to be? Well, Kregel and Stevel, this is what I got to say to you. A relationship is the melding of two people. The idea isn't to focus on like where the two are diametrically opposed. It's to find the similarities in the differences when there are differences. I'm not talking about like compromises though, because there are no disagreements here. However, compromising, of course, is a large part of a relationship. So, what are the similarities of a henshin and a morphin? Well, they both allow you to transform into your best self. So wouldn't either, no matter what, be the, dare I say, best? But if we were looking at differences, with a henshin you get to scream a different phrase each year, well, morphin is just, it's morphin time. But baby, wish it were morphine time. Give me my milk. But morphin usually has the superior special effects work, which may allow you to hide more things you don't like about yourself. Shit, but which is more sensible, you ask? I guess whatever the fuck a Beetleborg does. Do that because it's wholesome, kid-friendly, and has a sensible 2 seasons opposed to a bloated 70-year-plus combined show run. Whoo, baby, Sentai Power Ranger too long. And if you throw a Kamen Rider into the factor of a matter, you got probably... They took a big old break in like the 80s. Bump it up to like 90 years. It's too long. Do a Beetleborg. Oh my God. Do the Egyptian. No. Do a Beetleborg. All right, guys. Let's get down to business. Next, we have C at the letter C, IIH, the letter C. C's a big fan of ours. You know C if you've listened to this podcast. One of our names of an episode was C means business. This is the C we're talking about. C has 4 questions, lots of questions. Okay, 1. How can I win enough money to go visit you guys without selling my soul that's saved for My Chemical is Romance tickets? Okay, C. How do you win enough money? All right, take out a loan for like 10,000 American dollars. I don't know the currency. Oh, in Brazil, I think that I am so sorry if that's not Brazil. I get a lot of things wrong, but I hope it's Brazil. Take out that money and just spend it all on the lottery. Like, do $10 tickets. I know $10,000 loan is a lot, but eventually you're going to make that and more money back. It's like, that's a shit ton of money. How can you not? You're either going to break even or make a lot more money back. So hopefully you have good credit. And all of a sudden, you might be even richer and you can quit your job and say, fuck y'all in this office. I'm heading to America, Chicago Town, USA, the big old Chicago Windy City, where the downtown smells like cookies in the morning for some reason. I watched an episode of 30 Rock and they said waffles might smell like a terrorist act. So sometimes I worry, but I shouldn't be taking advice from 30 Rock. It's a comedy, a joke a minute and more. So come to Chicago because you got that fat wad of cash and you can say, I'm letting my thing wang, baby. So number 2, how can I actually learn French so I can go after even more people to hear you guys and also get a better job? Well, 1, if you do number 1 first, step 1, you won't have to have that job because you made all of that money and it's all good. And then also, you'll have all the time in the world and all of the money to spend on lessons to learn French. However, if you still have a job, this is how I was learning a different language. I had a lot of downtime because it was very slow at the job I had before I left to do this, to make no money. Pro bono work, baby. Hey, thank you to The Rewind. Thank you to Whenever You're Ready. And thank you to Nick Foster for helping me make a few dollars each week. So during that time, I went on like Tofugi, I believe is the website, and I was learning Japanese very quickly because I had all that downtime. If you still have this job and there's downtime, just find a website that'll help you learn French, clicky-clacky away, and then bada bing, you're learning French. You should also know how you will learn. So if it's visually, find classes and resources to do something visually. But if it's, through written text or audio, do that. But however, for the love of God, do not have whatever you're listening to play through while you're sleeping to learn French where it's on a cassette, if it's on vinyl, or hey, even if it's on CD, because all of a sudden it's going to skip over and over, omelette du fromage. And all of a sudden, that's all you can say for an entire day. But you're all of a sudden romancing women on the street, but then their boyfriend's going to knuckle Sammy you, but you say, omelette du fromage. And all of a sudden they're like, man, that hit a heartstring. And you got the girls, see? So please just, I guess let omelette du fromage skip over and over again in your mind, and then your life will get better and you'll get the ladies, which that goes into my next point, my next question from C, number 3. Okay, so I like this dude. He's pretty fine. It says fine, but I put down fine. And he plays guitar for this cover band. How can I be less shy and actually talk to him? Because he's pretty sweet and gives me thank you hugs when he sees I went to the shows. Okay, I might seem like a aficionado in romance. I might seem like what's that thing called? A Romeo, what's that thing called? A Romeo thing. A Casanova, that's what it is. Casanova, or something in between. I bought firework, a big bag from Pennsylvania. I'm gonna light it up when I get home to Jersey. Front bottoms, baby. So, I'm not a Casanova. I am only good at a relationship with Nicole. I believe that, and I'm glad that I found Nicole. However, Nicole was shy and I was shy, so I might have some information in this department. What you need to do, he already gives you hugs. Well, he's hugging you. Every time he hugs you, try to say one funny thing or like one sweet thing every time he hugs you. A hug, I hope, is like 2 seconds, so rehearse them. Take a stopwatch and go 10 seconds, 2 seconds, and just get those down. But to try not to pack too much in, you'll sound like a maniac. That is bad. Coming from someone who suffers mania, undiagnosed, but pretty sure it's there. So that's a way. But another great way is, hey, take it from high school James, and probably high school, a lot of the listeners of this podcast. AIM is no longer a thing, but you have Instagram, you have Facebook Messenger, all of these things you can work to your advantage. Message him. Start up conversations there. That's how Nicole and I met each other, through talking on Facebook. And, you know, he already seems to be engaging with you. He's not afraid to hug you, and he probably wants you to maybe make that 2-second hug into a 4-second hug, and just like really let it sink in. Have a 10-second hug. The 10-second hugs I learned from Pete Holmes, it will give you dopamine. It makes you calm if you 10-second hug someone, and it's a bonding experience, either romantically, friendship-wise, sexually, sensually, saucily, whatever. It is going to help you out. 10-second hug, for real. If anyone is in a relationship, Eric, Teresa, hug for 10 seconds and let me know how that feels. Just like really embrace the 10 seconds. Stephen Craig, 10 seconds. Tito and girlfriend, who's cringe posting, which I believe for a fact, not even believe, is a gargoyle, Disney style. Hug for 10 seconds. Hopefully while they're not stoned at nighttime, because if they're stoned, you might feel that dopamine, but they might not. Please hug 10 seconds and come back to me. Hashtag just 10-second huggy, and let me know how it is. But also, if they're in a cover band and they're singing songs that you like, this is how you'll know if he likes you. Make a request for a song, and if he does it within like the next 2 shows, that means he got his band rallied behind it, and he had put the effort to learn the song and forced other people to learn it. You know you're in, and chances are he wants to give 10-second hug laying upright guys, not gonna go sexual, don't want to sexualize fans like TC does, because I don't want Eric and Teresa giving me a goddamn cease and desist. The only cease and desist I want is me giving my life a cease and desist. Ooh, we getting sad again, babies. Holy shit, man. We're going on like 40 minutes and I have so much shit to talk about. Okay. And finally, C says, actually, this is going to be easy as fuck to edit, so it doesn't matter if we go over. C then says, number 4, how can I help out you guys more? That's the biggest question, James. Please answer this. How to help us out more? See, you're already doing a great job of trying to get people to listen to all of the podcasts on this network, but if you've done all the other steps, 1, you're very rich now from the lottery. You can help us out by, if you do come to Chicago with all that money, be on the show. Then you can tell your friends, hey, I was on my favorite podcast. Now they have an incentive to go listen to said podcast and say, every time we hear C talk, we're filled with smiles. And then also you can tell that boy you like, hey, listen to this podcast I'm on. I'm like friggin' so cool and no big deal. My favorite podcast wanted me on, so I went to America, so many miles away to be on it. They requested me. I'm no big deal. And he's going to be like, fuck, man, she's such a big deal. I got to smooch her. And then if you're learning French, as you said, you can talk to people into listening to this more. Hopefully, they have an understanding of the English language, because I barely talk in any other language. I know escúchame means excuse me. See, that's a joke that works when Jose and Nicole are around because they get angry at that. But if I'm just talking into a void, no. Will this be a 2-hour-long record? Who cares? And then, if you get this guy to like you and he's in a cover band, have him as stage banter say like, fucking London, yeah! Getting ready and getting hyped up. You fucker just was listening to brilliant content by MLM Pod. You gotta go to MLMpod.com to listen to the fucking what gets us hype and fuels us to fuel you to fucking Martian shit. Yeah, boy. Flavor Flav now, British version. I got Big Ben around me necklace, bitch. And hell yeah, guys. That's how. Just 1 through 3 is gonna help out you and me. See, baby. And finally, we got gay porn magician himself, AMD at Quilliam Fire. He messaged us and regretted making his magic for car magic back in the call-in show be gay porn. It's on record now. You can't take it back, baby. He says, I'm just curious as to what Sentai y'all want to watch next. Well, what we want to watch next for the show are 2 things. 1, Nicole would love to do a Kiba Ranger because she's a friggin' perv and there's an emphasis on boobies in that show, and B, she loves the yucks. Then 2, I would love to do 5-man, but also the issue with a Kiba Ranger is it's not easily available to watch anywhere in the US. So, unless Shout Factory gets the okay and releases 5-man in the upcoming month, or Akiba Ranger, don't know why they would skip ahead to that, we'll be doing a show both Nicole and I love, Time Ranger. But I'd also love to do a Beetleborg, baby. That clown is friggin' hilarious, dog. Oh, baby. All right, guys. This will be a long recording because what I had planned, how did I get here? How? Okay, so a big criticism of Los Luchadores this entire time has been, it must be so easy to write this stuff. It's so formulaic. It seems just like bullshit written and thrown at a wall. However, none of these people criticizing it will just pony up and actually see how hard or how easy it would be to write one of these shows. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to have an unedited 15-minute chunk of me writing up a random plot that I'm going to use a word generator to do. So I wrote up a Mad Lib to help me guide myself through this plot, which the Mad Lib is: Lobo is up against adjective/noun, so like burly pony, and I would say like Dr. Burly Pony, something like that, who is verbing adjective/noun because they want noun. So like because they want peace or some shit. And then Maria's always having to do her own stuff. So Maria is verbing with noun. And then I also wrote out an outline of what pretty much every Los Luchadores episode is. It is introduce Lobo to the audience doing something. We then see a glimpse of the villain, then the theme song. The mayor calls Lobo to inform of villainous activity, or just of the villain straight up, if it's like the whelp or some shit. Lobo investigates and sees the villain get away, but Lobo has evidence, or it's just like he sees also villainous act and he gets that evidence. He then takes the evidence to Laurent, who uses said evidence to figure out about villain and provide that info to Lobo, who is probably getting beat up at the time his freaking walkie-talkie on his hand goes. Lobo then tells Turbine without any context something to do, which leads them to beating the villain. The villain then gets one more shot, only to be taken down by something of their own doing, meaning like whatever the villain was creating, they then take them down with whatever the villain was creating. Lobo and crew celebrate at Lobo Tower, Tornadoes, or at a city party planned by the mayor. So let's get into the Mad Lib. Let's get some random words up in this bit. Okay, I just did the random word generator, and it is this. Lobo is up against the illegal crib industry, who is abating marvelous deer because they want middle. Maria then is smoothing with produce. We'll figure it out, guys. 15 minutes on the clock. Oh shit, man. Okay, let's see how easy this actually is. It's going to be unedited. None of this will be edited. Clock starts now. Okay. So we see the scene. Lobo is wrestling another person, and we'll call them like the potato chip punks. And the potato chip punks have potato chip masks. Their masks look like potato chip bags. And they're friggin' wailing on them, going pra, 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 popping them in the face, slapping them around, and then maybe Lobo says some chip pun. I'm not going to flesh out all of the dialogue, but I think at least chips is something to do with it. Like, I want like main dialogue punched out. So what's maybe what wrestlers do is like flick sweat in people's faces, but that's mainly a heel thing. So I don't think he would flick sweat and say like, those potato chips just got extra salty. Oh, maybe they yell something foul at them. And then he says, these potato chips are a little salty. And then clotheslines and then takes one down and throws him over the rope. And then the tag team partner comes in and he says something like, oh, this must be the last, like he's very ugly. And Turbine says, wow, that must be the ugly potato chip at the bottom of every bag. So then Lobo does like a DDT on him and then says, like to the audience, he sees a kid in the audience. Yes, this is good. He sees a kid in the audience and says something like, after they get pinned, and says, that's why you should eat healthy snacks. I don't know. You know the bullshit they throw in. So then it sweeps and you hear just this person like slam their fist down. They're in this like board meeting and they're watching the wrestling match, and he's like, "This is bull crap. Those luchadors always spreading lies about the potato chip industry. What's next? They're going to start coming into the crib industry? Fuck, man. We need to think something. How does that relate to the crib industry? Fuck. Maybe, oh shit, because we also have to string it back to deer somehow. I have no idea how that is. Okay, maybe then we see another luchador backstage who is the Marvelous Deer. Shit, that's how we get it to Marvelous Deer. Fuck yes. The Marvelous Deer comes and, wow, this is another luchador we're actually getting to hear speak for a long time, and it's going to be a main character within the episode. Fuck yeah. So Marvelous Deer comes and it's like, man, that's a great match. And he's like, oh, thank you so much, Marvelous Deer. You're a great luchador. And Marvelous Deer is, and then Lobo and Turbine are like, hey, how come you weren't wrestling? And then he's like, oh, well, I've been doing some snooping around because we don't even need the mayor. We have Marvelous Deer to let us know. He says, I've just been doing some investigating because for some reason luchadors are detectives in this city, so it fits. He says, wow, I've been doing some investigating. Fuck, I forgot none of this gets edited, so I need to be talking a lot. I've been snooping around into the illegal crib industry, and maybe the organization is called Burke. Yes, because they like switching around like they did back in the Pyramid episode, I think, where it was just switch dialogue, they reverse it and think it's okay. So Burke, or like Burke Live. Yes. It's the cribs there are trying to turn into wrestling rings. So they go Burke Live, which reversed is Evil Crib, I believe. So Burke Live is a new wrestling federation coming up into the ranks. So they need to make Marvelous Deer, they need to abate him, make him small, snuff him out of here. And all of a sudden, the next day, Marvelous Deer did not come home. And Lobo and Laurent, they're all like, fuck, man, what's going on here? So they go to his gym and they meet his like equivalent of Turbine. And Turbine, his equivalent, what's like a dumb animal in the woods? Like, I like chipmunks, but chipmunks could be the woodpecker. We'll call him like Turbine, Woodpecker. What could it be? What could it be? Woodpecker, not Woody the Woodpecker because that's dumb. Let's just call him Turbine, like fast. Let's just call him Pecker because then they also like dick jokes, I guess, in this. So Pecker is there and he's like, yeah, man, I'm trying to figure this out. There seemed to be a struggle going on here. And in this struggle, they see that some stuff was moved around, but nothing seems taken. But a passion thing, like, you know how like a serial killer will mess up and do something out of passion. They see the ring there, like his professional ring is just like slashed and is unworkable. And they're like, fuck, I think this was done by someone who has something against these rings. And that's where the illegal crib comes into play. Okay, this is also a good thing. At Goodwill, you cannot give cribs back because you can't sell cribs or donate cribs, to Goodwill. At Goodwill, they say like, well, a lot of cribs get recalled, and if a crib is recalled, it could be children are dying in their sleep because of how the crib was made. All of these illegal cribs are those returned cribs, and they're like, fuck, we need to make money off from these recalled cribs, and fuck, man, all of a sudden, where's all these rings coming from? These recalled cribs. They're dangerous. And wrestlers start getting hurt. And they're like, wait, we've heard about this string of wrestlers in this federation just pretty much get like SIDS. That's what's happening. But sudden, like, instead of SIDS, we'll go like slids. So it's sudden luchador death syndrome. They're wrestling in this ring, and then the next day they're dead. They think that's what's happened to the Marvelous Deer, because even though he's in the wrestling ring and the federation that Los Luchadores is in, Turbine, Maria, and Lubo, wrestlers like to bounce around, except when they're, signed the bullshit contracts with WWE, they can't. So when it's smaller federations, they bounce around. That's what should happen. It lets, other federations get like good talent, or let talent grow through these different rings. So they then go there not knowing that it was that Crib Live is doing these like illegal crib stuff. So they go there and then see Marvelous Deer just getting like beaten by another person. And all well, Maria is smoothing something. Maria is working on an art piece, because there's like some art prize thing. Go to Grand Rapids, Michigan during September. You'll know what art prize is. That the mayor is running. And she's like, oh, I want to make this out of fruit. I want to do a statue of Lobo because, hey, that'll get a big pop. So she has to like smooth out the produce. That's what she's doing. We'll get back to that later. So they go, and after like they've given evidence from the like slash marks, and this slash marks was used by like this blade made out of all the coils coming from the cribs. And that's what Laurent gives them. He's like, these were made by recalled cribs that circle back to a industry called like infant infirmary, or like sleepy time cribs. We'll call it that, sleepy time cribs. And that is owned by a parent company who funnels money through, you guessed it, brick or brig, crib, C. Wait, I spelled it out. Brick. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was Brick Live. That's what we need. So Evil Crib is Brick Live. Please don't at me that I got that wrong. So Brick Live, thinking it's like a brick house and like these are like strong ass people. It's not. It's Evil Crib backwards. And they're funneling money into this wrestling federation. So they go and they see just him getting smashed by this big baby luchador. That's their like mascot. Just getting beat up. And then all of a sudden, Lobo, he screams out, Los Luchadores, or, whatever, and they help him out. And then the evil industry, like the bigwig of Brick Live, says, slow clap. But I don't have time to do a slow clap. Oh, fuck. How much longer do I have? Oh, shoot, man, guys. I only have 2 more minutes. So this guy explains the plot, and then in a mirror, they see Crib Live, or Brick Live is Evil Crib. And they're like, fuck, you guys are for infanticide and all of this. Yeah, we're getting a little dark, gritty reboot like Melzer said. And they start pummeling him, and they beat up the big baby, only for the big baby to rise up. And they're like, fuck. Then they get leverage on this big baby luchador, and throw him into the ring. And the ring being bad, like I said, it circles back to a making of the one guy, the evil person. They throw him into the crib, and the crib, ECW style, collapses, but the like springs that are still in there kind of act as a cage, and he's caged. They've saved the day. The evil guy, who I guess, what's like a crib type pun, I don't know, Mr. Oh, shoot. Oh, that scared me. But guys, one last thing, because this is still, even though it clicked, I still have a few more seconds. They go, and all of a sudden, yes, you guys figured it out. They meet up at the mayor's art prize thing, and they unveil Maria's prize possession. It's Lobo made out of gourds, I guess, and vegetables. And fuck, man, she wins number one. He doesn't even need to see the other stuff. First prize, they have a laugh. Turbine says some bullshit like, oh, you couldn't do me. And then she says remember, it's Gritty Reboot. She says, I think I'll do you later. And he's like, oh, and then he faints, and then they have a laugh. The end. See, guys, I guess it is easy. You have that laid out, 15 minutes. Now all you need to do is interior, wrestling promotion, look shady, and bullshit like that. Flesh out the dialogue, but I guess it is as easy as 15 minutes. This was fun. This had turns. Hell yeah. Yes. Deal with that, every naysayer who says I can't write TV. No one has said that except myself, because 6 years ago, I was going to go into that field, was going to move to Atlanta, I was like, hey man, I could write for Tyler Perry, but Tyler Perry claims, I think this is false, that he writes every episode of every TV show he produces. That's fucking bullshit. No one could write. He has 3 or 4 TV shows that he is producing currently. He can't executive produce, manage a production company, as well as write every single episode of 20 episode seasons all at once, unless he has things banked like a comic book artist. It doesn't make sense. He has to R.L. Stine style plot everything out, outline things like R.L. Stine would do when he was releasing 12 books a year, and then hand it off to writers to collaborate with and fill in the blanks, just like I did today, guys. Mostly Lovin' Lucha. Now, guys, where are we at time-wise? Shit, man, we're going on long. Now, let's get into the episode, baby, and then we'll get finished up because it's 7 and Nicole gets out at 8. Hey, it must be the scabies. Today and I say we because the host to listener dynamic is a relationship, and even if you didn't watch it, saying we is in a relationship make it stronger. But we watched episode 15 of Los Luchadores, incorrectly titled The Champ. This episode proves that most of the names for the DVD release are more jumbled than a newborn's brain in my hands, because they say a world without Lobo a billion times, which means this dude is the best swordsman in the galaxy. 5-man, baby. Wish we could do it. Shout Factory TV, if you're listening, 1, put out Los Luchadores in the United States. Shavik Entertainment, which on the YouTube or the Wikipedia, it says that this is owned by Disney because Disney bought Fox Kids and Fox Family and all of Saban's stuff when that merger happened. I think the rights of this are with just Shavik Entertainment. If Shavik is listening, let me know. But Shout Factory put out this and then put out, what was I talking about? 5-man, that's what it was. But where was I? We also find out that these were, in typical TV fashion from pre-DVD days, aka pre-me coming days, aired out of order, because not only do we not see a follow-up to the Los Luchador gang getting frosty freezy freezed by the whelp, but, spoiler alert, we don't get a follow-up at all in the 16th episode. That means that was either a dreams or, sorry for the burp, but if Nicole, it was coming out of her mouth, you guys would start jacking off, ladies or gentlemen. Or it was the season finale never to be resolved. Someone, for the love of freaking Christ, contact Dan Clark and ask him, are our face-covered friends free from danger, or did the whelp murder them in a fight of anger? But we watched the champ. Oh man, I remember when my dad would call me champ after I beat Zargon's Fury, but now he simply doesn't call because the line is busy on my end from all the cat calling I'm doing. Hey yo, Dennings, I fucking loved you in Big Mama House 2. Keeping that Brillo pad out that dumb kid's mouth, you were freaking believable as hell. Where'd you go, Juliet? Wait, no? You're telling me someone addicted to Kat Dennings calling that you never had formal higher level education when it comes to acting? But House Bunny, Thor, Broke Girls 2, Thor the Dark World. For real? No training? Well, I just went from a Kat Dennings fan to a Kat Dennings stan. But we start off the episode with a hot pursuit, Need for Speed style, or as our Canadian listeners know it, Ned for Sped. But this high-speed pursuit is between old rivals, and I'm not talking Red and Gary, or as our Canadian friends would say, Reed and Gordy, nor am I talking about Nicole and most people she grew up with, because to truly be rivals, it can't be a one-sided rivalry. I'm talking about Lobo and the Bones Boy Whelp. The devilish dog got his still shivering paws on, quote, the quantum chip. A device so secret, so potentially powerful that the government won't even let the butter-fingered bumbling dolt of a mayor know anything about the chip. Dude, of course. Do you think the mayor of Jugville, Michigan knows the secrets of Area 51, aliens and all? Absolutely not. And the mayor of Jugville provides needed services to humankind, like keeping Michigan's #1 rustic cabin thing, Fuck Shack, the Shack, operating while also keeping my Nana safe. Whereas you, mayor of Union City, are a dumb dingus, good for nothing. Holy shit. Oh my God, it finally happened. 60 plus episodes of this podcast, it finally happened. And the mayor of all people did it. The highest form of comedy. Someone slipped on a banana peel. It's comedy incarnate. God made bananas to be tasty enough for people to eat and then thought, well, I can have a laugh here. So then God made the banana have the peel we know today, because previously the banana was a hydroponically grown fruit, just like that sticky, icky fruit that breathes life into mine own lungs. Remember when God said, don't eat fruit from that tree? Well, guess what? There was an omitted section from that non-paraphrased quote I just said. It originally said, don't eat fruit from that tree, except for that long yellow one. Eat that and throw the wrapper wherever. Now, you're probably wondering, why was this redacted with permanent quill? Well, the fucking men who wrote the Bible wanted it to be used to monger fear. Well, you shouldn't be. You're in one. And if everyone knows God is a freaking fun-loving prankster, no one is going to fear him. No one runs from George Clooney. No one is screaming in scarediness from Bam Margera. No one says, no, when they see Joe, Murr, Q, and Sale. But who would they run from? A friggin' guy who didn't make the banana peel. You think the seventh day God rest? Nah, on the seventh day he covered the banana in a portable slip and slide. So the mayor slipped on a banana peel and I laughed. I cried from laughter and I prayed for the first time since 8th grade when I thought a girlfriend was pregnant who I didn't have sex with. I just thought, hey, maybe I came on my fingers and then I finger banged her. So that could make someone pregnant even though I love to wash my hands afterwards. Sending up to God as I prayed 2 thumbs up emojis. But we then see the whelp on his bone throne, sandwiched between his beautiful whelpettes who are turning this bone throne into the bone zone. Oof, 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 oof. He's got a dog walk from his throne to a machine of menacing magnitudes. We find out that 1, the whelp once won 3rd place at a dog show, and 2, he needed the quantum chip for this machine of menacing magnitudes, simply called the Dog Days. The whelp is so good he scares himself sometimes. No. Oh, no. Someone slap a thunder shirt on the whelp. Give him good boy pets. Tell him he's on friggin' scare tactics. Anything to stop the scares. But Lobo rappels from the ceiling on a long, thick jump rope and screams, "Put the chippy in the basket." To which the yelp says, "Too later, skater," then switches the machine of menacing magnitude from the normal setting to Dog Days, spelled D-A-Y-Z. But I'm trying to get Smog Days, spelled S-M-A-U-G-D-A-Z-E. That's when you get so rich like a dragon you forget basic elements of humanity, like how much milk costs, helicopters aren't a form of civilian transportation, and that people need sick days because they aren't being filled with the blood of, air quotes, teenage runaways, end air quotes, to stay healthy and young. Oh, but that caviar though. Speaking of dat, ho dat cat, do I miss my co-host, my love, and my bride to never be, Nicole Nickel Bricks Jakey. We're then warped to another dimension that the whelps programmed. He programmed matter, life, and free will possessing beings into existence. But he kept bananas a deep sea fruit for none to ever slip upon. So, obviously, this dude is evil AF. So totally not Liddy. Dude's hella okay boomer. He's not eggplant sprinkler emoji. He's newspaper no walking sign because newsflash, you ain't running shit. If you're wondering, yes, I did Google random emoji generator, and that is what I got. The first one I did get, though, was Old Man Peeled Banana, but that would seem like it was not random. But I digress. Oh no, Lobo in Whelp City, where luchador are banned because lucha libre inspires the people, and we can't have inspiration in Lobo Whelp City. Ho ho. Oh, no inspiration point for that to say, oh, yeah, I rolled a nat 20 on smacking that little dog's ass. Arr, smack a dog, guys. Hashtag it. Get it trending, at least in your city. But the ban was decreed by law under the no luchador clause, which I always thought was if you murder a luchador in the ring and put on their mask, you then assume their identity, their power, their fan base, and even their spouse. Mommy-like. But this is a dystopia. No, I didn't say Zootopia, you thick bunny-loving pervs out there. I said dystopia. You know, a world full of dysentery where the streets run with hot brown and all toilet paper is quadruple ply. As I was saying, this dysentery-filled world is covered with more than fresh diarrhea. It's covered in whelp propaganda like a dog must be washed and Tuesday is human tax day. Okay, I get the first one. No one wants a stinky dog. P.U. Stinky boy. Take a friggin' bath. Get some suds on ya. But Tuesday is human tax day? What could that mean? Are the humans being taxed with bills each week? Are the humans used as a tax? Or do dogs who own humans have to pay tax on the humans they own? I don't know. Give me a hashtag human tax day on Twitter at MSSPod and let me know what you think. But Lobo meets up with the sexy mayor and mayor's assistant, one with a dashing goatee and the latter so wet in the panties. They had to film the mayor without his glasses because her hormone humidity kept fogging his spectacles up. Lobo heads to the Lucha Underground where he sees Maria either trying to start a resistance uprising, start a fight club, or start a multi-level marketing scheme? Multi-level marketing. MLM? MLMpod.com. Go there to find more information about This Movie's Gay, What the Hell Mouth, Hit It and Crit It, and my rap music under Marshland Monster. Marshland Monster? MLM multi-level marketing schemes. That's right. Maria says to Lobo, if you're trying to get the wet, get lost. But if you're trying to fight, show me the money. See, guys, this is someone who values their skills and abilities and will only provide them as a service for money. AKA, I need y'all to start ponying up some coin if you want to hear the goofs from me. Hold on, let me calculate my worth real quick. Been doing audio for about 14 years, comedy for around 6. That's gotten me about as many fans as there are years, so, I actually owe you guys money. Shit. I'm kidding, guys. That was all the bits for the goof. I did it all for the lulz, baby. Yes, but Maria says Lobo is from Planet Doof, probably because of his lisp, which is really fucking rude of her. She then kicks him in his stomach and he screams, "My V! My voluptuous V!" He then finds the closest grandma, takes off his shirt, and whimpers, "Can you kiss my boo-boo?" To which the grandma looks down at his abs, then up to his face, rising her eyebrows sensually, then winks into camera. Lobo then finds Turbine, who, like I said, is sweaty and covered in greasy, sexy silt from working hard with his hands all day. Ladies, gentlemen, non-binaries, Whelp City Turbine is open for bid nasty because he's trying to make bank in a world that's rank with passionate smell of sex, that is. I don't know if it must have been in another draft or I'm just forgetting. Did I say Whelp or Turbine was greasy and covered in it? I don't know, guys. It's been a long 2 hours that I've almost been recording, but a lot of it's getting cut because I was just whispering sometimes and out and about getting tissue. But let's keep going with it, baby. We then flash to the whelp who is trying to tell a joke to his friends. He says, and I'm not going to do an offensive accent,
"So this pitbull just took a brown dysentery dump on a green log and says to his German Shepherd friend, 'You want to eat out this shit?' To which the German Shepherd says, 'Gladly,' and starts eating the shit and barfs. The German Shepherd screams, 'What's the fucking deal with this?' The pitbull says, 'I told you it was shit.' And the German Shepherd replies, 'I thought you said shih tzu.'"
He wanted to eat out a shih tzu. We laugh. Lobo and Turbine show up and the whelp traps them in a dog cage and broadcasts it to the city saying, "All humans must sit, stay, and use paper." Which, does he mean to pee on the newspaper? Because if so, I think the whelp just solved the print media crisis. Have sexy people piss on every page, then serve it up hot off the presses. I'd buy 2 papers a day then, one to read, the other for the articles. Ooh, I'm jacking it, baby. But Lobo does some shit. The whelp brings out his super mecha robo bone warrior, then says, "Go power bone warrior," only for it to be frozen by what I thought was a magma ray. Lobo then brings him and the whelp back to Union City in time to see the mayor fall down. In the end, we learn that if you want me to read your fanzine, Pee-pee on the pages. Car Ranger. Oh yeah, guys, that was a extra long episode summary, but I still got a little more to say about this baby. Oh, baby, you a bay-looking snack gonna take an attack, smack that ass, then nut. Okay, guys. Let me get into some notes. Hey, one thing I forgot to say up front today. I'll do anything for a laugh. So Nicole was putting on her makeup, sitting in front of a mirror in our bedroom. And then I crawl. There's like a little doorway into our room, and then like it curves over to where she's sitting. So I backed up, and then she looks over, and I'm combing my butt hair with a comb, and she laughed hard. And I'll do anything for a laugh, guys. I'll even put a gun in my mouth if you'll think it's funny. But let's just count down all these notes. First, the mayor we see is immediately calling Lobo. That's how it starts off. It really does start off. This is the best episode so far. I truly believe that. And I thought in a world without Lobo, that title would make for the best episode. And it did. How far are we? We're not yet to 2 hours on the recording, but we're goddamn close. So we see the mayor get off the phone after telling Lobo what to do. And this is how the banana peel sets up. The mayor's assistant, Gertrude, pulls out a dinner tray, like a lunchroom tray, a cafeteria tray, as they'd say. And it's not they're going to take it out and slide on it as a sled. No. What we see is a can of Hawaiian Punch crunched up and then a Happy Meal looking thing. That means that the mayor eats like Trump. Just a Happy Meal from McDonald's and a Hawaiian Punch, except, this mayor probably doesn't think that Hawaii is its own country, like Trump probably thinks. Or just like, oh, that's where I own hotels and I make money off the backs and the culture of the natives in Hawaii. Guys, I guess you should go to Hawaii to keep everything going, but maybe research and see hotels owned by natives instead of owned by multinational conglomerates. We then see Lobo and Turbine. They're zipping through everything, and the Bone Warriors split up, and Turbine describes this as they're going for the wide spot, which is weird, disgusting. And then friggin' Lobo, he rappels down on the big jump rope, gets warped into the other town, the other dimension, and Turbine is there just in the nick of time to see him disappear. But the Whelpettes are still there, and he looks towards the Whelpettes like, what? And then runs towards the machine. I truly believe that Turbine stayed there with the Whelpettes and friggin' braided their hair. I think Turbine really seems like someone who grew up with only sisters. So he's a little weirdo. He doesn't know how to act around women because he's used to women just picking on him. And maybe that's why he does have a relationship with Maria, because that's all she does. But he doesn't know how to properly talk to them because he razzes them and, is very defensive towards them because that's how he had to be with his sisters, which means he knows how to braid hair and braided the Whelpettes' hair and making them look fabulous. And then we see in this show, especially in this episode, there was a lot of set dressings, which reminds me of Community. The people in Community, especially on DVD commentaries, said that if you see papers in the background and see stuff written down, they're writing jokes on that paper. It's not just the same thing repeated like some shows will do. They'll just do AZYZ, AZYZ over and over again. It's actually things that you can pause on the DVDs and then read it. And it's funny. It's super good jokes. Do that if you like Community. Buy the DVDs, pause it. I would like a Blu-ray release of this because there is a lot of that stuff in here, but watching it on YouTube, maybe the DVD releases are good enough, but you have to buy that from an import of Italy. And I want to read, there was a caution on the Dog Days machine, and it probably just said caution, keep away from children, highly electric as well, and also keep away from small dogs. And the whelp, he don't give a shit. We also then see after the intro, and I always believed this was an actor's name or something or related to the production, but there's Italian in every episode that I just realized, and I Googled it for once because I watched this by myself. While watching it with other people, I can't pause it and then Google translate what it's saying. And this said, un mondo al negativo, which means a world in the negative. I think we can find, at least with loose translations, rewatch these and find the real names and match them, which I will do for the last episode, so we know which names should be going to which episodes, because that's a huge deal. I'll go to the Wikipedia and change that shit, baby. Hey, oh shit, guys. I didn't move my mouse for 2 hours, which means the screen went to sleep, but not the recording. So that's good. That's good. Okay. Gertrude, as I mentioned before, she was horny as hell, and she did like a Homer growl. You know, the rrrr. But guess what? She did a Homer growl from her hormone growler. Ooh, yeah. Talking about that vagina, baby. Once out of nowhere, Monse from I'll Get There in past episodes of this just did a Homer Simpson growl in the middle of our office, and it was very weird. I don't know if I've explained this on this show. I know I've explained this. I'm very into Ninja Turtles Secret of the Ooze, and I like to try and emulate I forget, like it's Razor and the other one, the Snapping Turtle, when he goes, Mama. I've been talking a while, so it's probably not as perfect as I could make it. Mama. But I started doing that at the work that Monse and I met at, and a lot of the people I co-host with. I just started going, Mama. And then I realized, shit, I am doing this out loud in the middle of an entire office. Luckily, it was in front of the Night's crew, and the Night's crew was the best crew. The Night crew is the right crew. And then we get Lobo. He friggin' slams a guard on the pavement like a wrestler slam. That guard would have been back broken unless he's drinking that milk, and I'm not talking about that Michael Jackson milk, aka propofol, baby. Hey, give me my milk. To which this scene was also like made me realize that you guys know I love Diablo 2. It's a fucking fantastic. Lobo is a war cry barbarian. He screams things like strength of mind, strength of spirit, strength of Lobo Fuerte. And then he makes himself stronger by screaming that, and then also buffs his allies around, also while screaming, Lucha Locos, let's rev it up. And then he slaps bracelets with friggin' turbine, and then they get stronger. I wish I was a war cry barbarian, but in like a podcasting sense, or even in a musical sense, where I could be on stage and actually scream stuff and get the crowd hype, or actually scream like, goofballs unite, yeah, and then all of a sudden, my co-hosts are goofballs, and then instead of becoming stronger, we become goofier. Gosh, Goofy! Gots to get it in. We see Maria. She's giving this goddamn speech in front of local residents of Whelp City, and afterwards she flips. She does a front flip down, and she flips onto papers, which papers can slip. That is so dangerous. You just, guys, I don't have health insurance. I'm not even going to jump down from something of that height, let alone papers, and let alone do a front flip. And then if your balance just like is slightly off, you're slipping on that paper, and then you're going to slap heads right on the back, and then your head's cracked and you can't fend off the whelp. The whelp's gonna friggin' throw you in a pauper's grave. Your friends and family and loved ones, they're never gonna know where your carcass is laid to rest. Like Mozart, I think. I remember watching a movie in music class that ends with this famous composer just being wielded off and then dumped body-wrapped mummy style into a goddamn pauper's grave. It fucked me up. Like, that's whenever someone says pauper's grave, I just think about that, and it's messed up. Okay, so all versions of Turbine are so fucking cool. When he was Diablo Azul, when we went into that other, like the dream dimension, which is weird, like back to back, they aired these as dream things, or just in the fucking, this thing. you know, the DVD release, they fucked up and released two interdimensional things back to back that the whelp was the cause of. Turbine is always cool in these situations. It's so cool, but he says a great line in this where Lobo says, "I'm not a criminal," to which Turbine says, "No sweat. I've got nothing to steal." That's a fucking great line. One of the best ones, one of the best jokes. I'm pretty sure it's been said in other things. If it hasn't, this one's great. 2 thumbs up. The Bone Warriors in this have a friggin' Ghost Rider gun just shooting flame skulls. So badass. Love this show. The Whelpettes in this city are so freaking classy. Heck yeah. Whelpettes, I wish I looked like them. You know that. I wish I looked like Maria, but maybe it's because she has those platform shoes on. Make me like 5'3", because then I'm looking good, guys. I wish I looked like Nicole, but not exactly like Nicole. That'd be creepy and weird. So the whelp, this was not, because I didn't understand it at first. The whelp, his plan after he traps Lobo and Turbine in a dog cage, says, "I'm going to make an example out of you for the other people in this city to not uprise and become luchadors." I missed that in my first watch through, so all I saw was the plan that one of the whelp outs folds out this blueprint, and it is a big ass fire hydrant drawing, like in blueprint form, like it looks good, like looks like it's a CAD design printout. And then someone just Sharpied 2 stick figures on top of this. And he says, "I'm going to turn you into iron ornaments to be on top of the world's biggest fire hydrant," without context of just seeing like, "Hey guys, my plan is big fire hydrant, 2 stick figures." Fucking batshit. This TV show is great. Go watch it, guys. Just search Mostly Lovin' Lucha. We have a playlist of it on YouTube. And then finally, like, this show's horny. Like, watching this, seeing the Whelpettes and Maria, like, I want to jack off. It makes, like, it's okay. I don't think I've ever revealed this on the show, and like 2 hours in, I'm revealing this. Taylor Swift music, especially like 1987, it is so horny. The, like, you know, "Oh, you want to see me in my red dress and my red skirt and my red lipstick." That song, just, if you hear me taking a shower and you hear me start playing that album, guarantee I'm masturbating in the shower. That's just it's a guarantee, guys. I fucking love that. Guys, I fucking love you. I'm saying that word a lot, but I'm podcast high right now. It's been 2 hours of me talking into a microphone. This is insanity that I have been talking this long by myself. Thank you so much for everyone who listened. I hope I'm able to edit this down to at least, I don't know how long, but thank you so much for listening. And first off, thank you to Steve F. I talked about it before. He donated to mlmpod.com/donate. That is going to help us. One, we need to re-up on our domain. It's going to be like almost $200 because Wix upped their prices. It's sucky, but I don't have time, or like, I don't want to have to redo a website to like go to a different thing, which will probably end up being the same thing. The same price, I mean. So thank you, Steve F. We are going to soon have a Patreon. We've talked about it. Nicole and I recorded the first episode of the Nicolas Cage podcast. It went very well. Started off a little rocky at first because Nicole, she's never manned a podcast before. She's not in the groove like everyone else. But once it gets going, we get very... I'm not playing a character on that. She's not playing a character on that because this is an exaggerated version of myself. We get very serious. We get very sincere. It's just great. We even blocked off the time so we couldn't see how long we had been going. We were like, when it's done, it's done. It's like 2 hours. So yeah, what else? Oh, so bringing that up, soon we're going to have, like, if you want to support us, but also get more content out of us, more great, funny stuff, we'll have a Patreon soon. Fingers crossed by like March, maybe April. Hopefully, we just want to bank up a lot of stuff so we're good for a podcast every week. Hey, releasing that shit, son. But go over to mlmpod.com to find out more information about my other casts, such as This movie's gay. What the hell, mouth? Hit it and crit it. Or listen to my music, Marshland Monster, please. I'll put a song at the end of this from some other stuff. Make this even longer. Follow us. I never say this. Follow us at MSS Pod on Twitter or Mostly Speaking Sentai on Facebook. Also, go over. I'm live streaming on Wednesdays and Saturday nights, depending on my schedule. Live streaming on Mostly Speaking Sentai on YouTube. New videos every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Currently, I'm playing through Vice Project Doom for the Nintendo Entertainment System. What else? Nicole, if you'd like information on her, buy her wares directly through Etsy. She has the domain working now. Just type in darlinghomebody.com. Buy her wares. She's putting stuff up every single week. Great stuff. Go to her Patreon, patreon.com/darlinghomebody. And while you're at Patreon, go over to patreon.com/Ranger Command PH. Eric, you know I gotcha. And follow our good friend Steve F. at Hit People Guy on Twitter. But I think I'm done for today. I hope you've enjoyed this, baby. I've been James and only James, and this has been Mostly Lovin' Lucha. See you guys. Signing off. Sayonara, baby. Oh, wait. See you in class, bitch sticks. Bye-bye. Guys, I'm not gonna be an overconfident rapper here saying that I'm better than your favorite rapper, because for all I know is you love Sean Price or Proof from D12, and that'd be a bold-faced lie. But if you're really into MC Hammer and Rodney Radke, then I'm definitely better than your favorite rapper. Serving his words, blurring what's heard, praying at night to the net full of disturbing the herd and burning a third, slaying and fighting the best of all hypocrisy. On gawking these behold to beads while holding your rosaries. Honestly, you gotta see it's Cobra Seed eroding your ovaries. Execute my signals while I'm rapping murder mono. If you're cute, I'll mingle, then I'm fapping to your photos. Laughing like I'm local, like I did when streaming Gelman. You're gasping in a chokehold with my ear to screaming, yelling. Fuck boy, see I'm pissing on the industry. Much joy when I'm dissing on your ministry. Fuck boy, see I'm pissing on the industry. I'm dissing on your ministry while pissing on the industry. Slated by the dictation of this loaded administration. I'm through waiting a latest mutation and unholy abomination. Hated so many don't follow, but this kraken has plenty bravado. Faded on many demonos while I'm jacking to Debbie Lovato, yeah. On a journey quest, puking, scarred and popping mollies. Duke cards, I'm robbing mommies, nuking bards and bombing bodies. Stop your posse with my tendency of burning chaps. Cop a copy of the entity and learn to rap. Fuck boy, see I'm pissing on the industry. Much joy when I'm dissing on your ministry. Fuck boy, see I'm pissing on the industry. I'm dissing on your ministry while pissing on the industry.
Hey, boo-boo. Oh, boo-boo, I see you over there still in the picnic. Oh, boo-boo. Oh, don't steal the picnic. A ranger gonna slap you. But if he slap me, I'm fine with that. But you, boo-boo, you just baby bear. You baby bear, boo-boo. No. Boo-boo, no, you got shot by rangers, sir. No, boo-boo.
And we're goofballing it, guys. Arr! This has been a Marshland Media production, produced by James McCullum. For more content, please visit mlmpod.com. To support our network and have access to exclusive podcasts, head over to patreon.com/MLMpod and sign up today.